Hello everyone, how's it going? It's your boy Skilled Fawn, and today we're going to be doing an Elden Ring challenge run. And in this run, we're going to be doing fist weapons only. I'm going to select the class. While I'm selecting and fiddling with the settings and such, I'm going to explain the rules. So we're going to be using fist weapons only, as I mentioned. We must defeat all 7 Shardbearers. Glitches and/or exploits are allowed, and beat the game. So yeah, there's 7 Shardbearers, and the last one that I'm most likely going to be going for is Rykard, just because he has a ton of health, and I would like to be maxed out with my stats and have enough poise to hopefully take fire hit in between. So yeah, I'm gonna spawn in, jump off. We're gonna head over to Melina, grab Torrent, and grab the Dectus pieces and gear up a bit. It's what I usually like to do at the beginning of a challenge run in Elden Ring. I think that's one of the cool things you can do is gear up. You don't even have to fight a boss for a very long time. We're gonna grab our first and last weapon. Pretty much not gonna need anything else. This has a passive bleed effect, and shortly I'm gonna get the frost wet blade. Very good having 2 status effects. Usually once one procs, the other one will proc like shortly after, so you just get massive damage. Frost is pretty applicable to most enemies, and I'd say bleed is also, but there are a fair amount of enemies that can be bled. Yeah, we're gonna head into Lindell. I haven't even fought, or well, I fought the Crystallian, but besides that, nothing else. We're gonna grab the bell bearing for the smithing stones, and we're gonna cheese grill to get the runes to actually level up our weapon. Yeah, there we go. Super easy. We're gonna upgrade it to plus 12. And if I got one more level, I actually would have got the attribute scaling the strength to C tier, which actually would have helped a decent bit. We're gonna take down Red Wolf. Has very little health. Even in a RL1 run, he just is very, very weak. Doesn't take too much. But on to Margit. But yeah, now we got the Frost. We got the Bleed. We're going to be doing a ton of damage on top of like the physical damage that we're doing. See right there, pretty much just got him the second phase. But I did get caught out pretty badly and took a few hits. Just looking out for the attacks where I can hit him. Yeah, I mostly just wear whatever outfit this is. Kind of funny because just whenever you punch enemies and stuff like that, you just get a ton of blood on it. Just at the end of a boss fight, you look kind of dope. But yeah, closing in on the grafted kill. And that is the first Shardbearer in our belt. We're gonna head on to the other ones. But I also need to get a little bit more power, a little bit more strength to my name. So we're gonna, after this whole dialogue, we're gonna grab his great rune and grab some rune shards, whatever they're called, and activate them. Now on to Renala. Renala's very, very weak in general, just like Red Wolf. But it's mostly just her second phase and how she can delay everything just by using her spirit summons and such. Yeah, on to phase 2 now. Yeah, always trying going for a jump attack. You can. Gives you a bit more damage. And just like that, Renala gets very, very close, but luckily it was the dragon, so I could just roll through him. Yeah, that's the second Shardbearer down. But those were the 2 easy ones, so nothing to write off yet. Yeah, now we're in the capital again. I went there to grab the Bell Bearing 2 earlier. And you of the Estus flasks parts, or not the Estus, the Crimson, oh my gosh. I've been playing DS3 a bit. That's on my mind. But stick to DTS's left side of him. On his shield side. Usually the best way to go about it. Just run in, run out. Get hits where you can. Yeah, he's very weak. Just one tap. Another boss down. Looking like these fists are pretty good. While we're making our way down to the shunning grounds. I wish that, or I mean, maybe there is, but it'd be cool if there was a glitch in this game similar to DS1 where you could just buff your bare fists with sorcery, like some sort of a exploit. Yeah, going through this long maze-like system, trying to avoid the enemies that I can. We're gonna face Moog the Omen. This is a pretty easy fight, at least for me now. I've gotten used to his moves, but he can't be frost procced or bleed proc. It was just pure damage from the fists. So it's gonna take a bit. Not getting any yellow damage when I hit him. It's not something good. But fists and daggers are, you know, mostly good just for building up the status effects. Not actually for its damage. I guess in most cases. I'm sure there's really good daggers and such. We're gonna jump up, give him one last love tap. We'll see his tougher version later on near the end. On to Godfrey. Godfrey and Godfrey, the coolest in the game, besides Melania. and his music just goes so hard. Yeah, I'm kind of going chaotic right now, but usually stick to the side that his weapon's not on, left side. As long as you just hug that, you'll be golden. As golden as him. Yeah, it's very rhythmic. Trying to get a stagger, post him. Especially with the new update, patch 1.10, I think. You just do massive damage. Well worth it. And with gold free down, there's a boss 2 feet away, and his name's Morgott. We're gonna head on into his fight. Pop our mix flask. And show him what we're made out of. And yeah, I'm usually really bad at Morgott's fight, but I mean, these fists are pretty good, but only took a few tries. I didn't use the shackles or anything. I usually do when I'm fighting him, depending on the challenge run. Like, I'll definitely use it. I think for a shield, it was pretty. I mean, not necessary, but definitely worthwhile. And massive dagger right as he was about to do that attack. If I didn't get it, I probably would have died right there. Would have added another few attempts at him. Another great room boss down. Got 4 more left. We got Radahn. We got Rykard, Moog, Lania. And Godskin Noble. Most of the, or just the Godskins, they're really weak to status effects. Massive mess up right there. Wanted to show that. Even like playing Elden Ring for a decently long time, I still make a ton of mistakes. It's always something I can improve upon or learn. Yeah, the frost proc, the bleed just too powerful. We'll head on into the festival. We gotta keep progressing on. And thankfully I have a ton of health for Radahn. I do not want to be in the one-shot range with him. One thing, when I continue the RL1+0, I took a little break from it just because of Radahn. He just kept one-shotting me. But I think, I don't know, after taking time, I should be able to get it. Usually if I take time away from a challenge run, even if it's just a little bit, I don't know, something just clicks. Really able to get it. Yeah, I'm gonna roll in front of Radahn so he does that big slam. Just gives me more time to wail on him, try and get proc. And that one attack is pretty much what kills me in the RL1+0. But I did make a decent amount of mistakes right here. I didn't want to heal just in case I got caught off guard by that attack. Wanted to play it safe. And right near the end, gonna wail on him, get the frost proc, and destroy him. A piece of cake. Yeah, I figured we killed Moog the Omen. Why not do the Seed Flame ending? Pretty cool one. Not the coolest one. I do think Ronnie's is cool, and that was the first one I chose. But the whole ending, the way that the world looks, is just so messed up. Seeing Melena's other eye. Even though, I mean, I know what like our characters like motivations are, like unless it just directly corresponds to me, but like if we were in the world, because I think it's Bike or whatever, the madness guy in the frenzied flame village. There's like some lore about him. I may be getting this totally wrong, but from what I remember, there's some lore about him that he found the frenzied flame so he could actually keep his maiden alive. Yeah, this is one thing I absolutely hate about Fire Giant is just I die super randomly to either the fire or just him. So this is me showing my health bar before the cutscene. Then afterwards, I just randomly died and I got teleported over from the right to the left. So I guess it just did not like my placement where I was. But yeah, we're gonna take down Fire Giant. Not gonna show too much of this fight. Usually takes a very long time. Even if you're going for his hands in phase 2, takes a bit. He's got a massive health bar. And we make a few mistakes in Baramazula. Just wanted to check out those platforms below. Unfortunately, I do not have flying abilities or the cat ring. I think that's one of my favorite memes in the early days of Elden Ring was that one of like our character or the player's character and Torrent and the Radahn and then Leonard are like in the below frame, and in the top one is just the player and Torrent like, oh, basically you die like way too easily, fall damage like just 2 feet and you die, and then Leonard's like, oh, I'm getting direct impact from the stratosphere. It's just he's such a Chad, Leonard. And Radahn loved his horse so much he used gravitational magic or whatever. He's definitely got really cool lore. You gotta give him that. But after Godskin Duo, head on over to Malekith. If I fought Rykard before this, which I think would be kind of insane with, I mean, it's definitely possible. I usually like to do Rykard very, very, like at the end with, especially these runs. I'm not using his weapon. But yeah, just go left and right with that attack so you can actually get a few hits on Malekith. We're gonna send him on to phase 2. And just look out for all of his black blade attacks, like the golden one. Yeah, this one attack is usually what I'm looking for. You can get hits in. And like with 4 hits there, or maybe 5, I'm not sure how many I got, but you can build up frost eventually. So just like that, got frost, and for a short while he'll take increased physical damage. And I got a frost proc at the end, kind of funny. And yeah, I could have went with the bleed wetblade, the black wetblade, and just upgraded or put that on the weapon, upgrade arcane. But it's kind of nice having just two status effects, because either if one, the boss is resistant to one, or like it's just they both have different times that they proc, so usually it's just very worthwhile. Massively takes down the boss's health. Even just normal enemies. It's always nice to have like lightning or fire too. And I mean, especially for this fight, lightning would actually be really good for Godfrey. I think on my rune level 1 non plus 0, my flawless Godfrey, I use the flamberge with I think lightning on it. So definitely check that out if you're interested. Yeah, just try not to get too greedy, because he can just absolutely mess you up. That's not something you really want. Especially phase 2. With all of his grab attacks. Pretty sure I did actually get grabbed to and nearly died. But yeah, just try and bait out the attack so he just keeps going until you get the one that you want. And yeah, unfortunately I did not get the one that I wanted, but you know, he did give me a hug. It was nice. I'm sure he was feeling a bit lonely. He needed a bro for him. Yeah, just roll into him, get the last few hits. We're gonna take that crown. Oh, Horaloo, Godfrey. His phase 2 has grown on me a bit. When I first started, or when I first played this, and I was like, what the hell? He absolutely downgraded from phase 1 to 2, but I mean, I guess not really. I don't know. I still think his phase 1's way cooler, and it has a lot more like rhythm to it, which is, I don't know, just a way more fun boss fight then. Yeah, you can see I'm quite unfamiliar with Commander Nile. I'm still pretty decent against him, but most of the time I'll just do the glitch. This is his super anime move. Just goes absolutely ham. One thing you gotta love about him. I'm just getting messed up by all of his attacks. Not rolling at the right time. But eventually take him down. I think it was either just the first try or not too many. So with that, we're gonna head on into Consecrated Snowfield and then into Mogwin Palace. And shortly after Moog, we'll head on into Melania. Grab that talisman. That'll be very useful for Radahn and Elden Beast, because they spam their incants or whatever they're using. The good thing about Moog, Lord of Blood, not the Omen version, is he actually can be bled and frosted. And he is very weak to bleed in general. And so the frost and the bleed pretty much rock at very good times. Sometimes like right next to each other, which is very worthwhile, especially near like the end of the boss fight. Something you're looking at. Keep wailing on him. Yeah, the very first few times I started fighting Bogue, I just could not get used to his attacks. Like, even now, I'm still not the best at dodging them. They're just so delayed sometimes. Yeah. Few hits. And he goes down. And we've only got one more. Or actually, we got two more. We got Rykard and Melania. But, as I mentioned, Rykard is going to be last just because don't really want to mess with him. I would much rather have the few extra vitality or strength points, whatever. Loretta is same thing as DPS, but just has, magic. Just stay on the shield side and you'll be fine. I think with most horse bosses, I fight them on the shield side. Or if they have like a torch or whatever. Very clutch, I got a stagger there. I would have gotten hit. Phase 2, you gotta watch when you roll for that one magic attack. You gotta look out for that attack. Not be... not just stand there like I did. But yeah, right there we had the bleed and frost proc pretty much simultaneously. Another boss down that only took very few tries. And since we're late game, we're gonna fully max out the weapon. I had it at plus 24 for a while, but just didn't pick up ancient somber smithing stone. And another boss that I did get first try. I have gotten pretty good at Melania, but I was quite surprised. I thought it would take a few tries. But yeah, the bleed and frost proc just definitely a big help. And sometimes, definitely the problem with fist weapons and stuff like that, daggers, is you gotta get very close. So if she ever does the waterfowl attack, I don't know, depending on where you're at, you could get absolutely screwed. So Goddess of Rot Melania now. And probably should have healed up right here, but I just wanted to make sure I got at least a hit. Especially while she's frosted, I'll just get that extra damage. Yeah, we got another waterfowl attack. She loves doing these, but once you get used to it, you're pretty good, and there's a few ways that you can dodge it. You could do the method of just not locking on and scrolling around her, sidestepping her. Yeah, very, very low. And almost got caught off guard there by that grab attack. That would have been very unfortunate.
The mark of a true lord.
I'm sorry, Melania. We had to do it to you. But we're gonna become the lord of this realm.
Oh, dearest Mikola, my brother.
I really hope that there's like some version of one of the, well, depending on what the DLC is, if it's in the past or the future or whatever, but if it's in the past, I really hope that it's either Rykard before he got devoured, like you could possibly fight him or something, or maybe like, gosh, there's just so many options. It's definitely cool. Maybe like something with Mikola. But yeah, I figured why not? We'll have a little bit of fun with this run and fight Plassey. Especially after that Godric's dragon weapon made me get a bit good at him. But I did fight him at least like 6 or 7 times. Not too sure on that, but yeah, it was definitely not first try. Yeah, once you know his moves, it's pretty easy. It's mostly just once he's second phase and he just starts doing his Godzilla beams. You always gotta look out for that attack. It is crazy to think that he's nerfed and he's still this hard. Like, I don't know if it's 3 or 4 heads that he's actually supposed to have, but that would be insane. I was also thinking too with the DLC for this game, it's gonna be so massive. It's gonna be, I mean, I want to get my hopes up, but I feel like it's at least gonna be the Dark Souls 3 DLCs, like combined in length, not more. I mean, especially with just what Elden Ring is, it's super ambitious. So the DLC is gonna be very ambitious, I think. From Software always comes in clutch with their games. They take their time, like many modern games. From Software is the shining light in the tunnel. Yeah, this is the one boss that, I mean, there's very few bosses, but that the frost is actually good and the bleed's bad. Frost is just really good overall because it does, take a chunk of their health and it just gives you that extra damage boost. Pretty much everything you could ask for. Yeah, a bit risky right there, because if you roll too early on that grab attack, you'll get blasted by the shockwave, and too late, you'll get grabbed and pummeled into the ground. Yeah, onto Elden Beast, and unfortunately, Elden Beast cannot be bled or frosted, so pretty much just straight physical damage. Yeah, he's got a lot of pretty predictable moves and ones that are telegraphed. And whenever he does that massive nuke black hole thing, try and run towards him. I used to run away from him. You definitely, I mean, can do, but you run towards him, you'll get some extra hits in. And about halfway, he's gonna do his Elden Stars. Very fun to dodge and roll against. That'll be one very exciting thing when I do a no-hit run. That won't be for a bit. I definitely want to do as many challenge runs as I can until I get good enough and feel confident to do it. The more important challenge run before is just the no deaths, and that'll lead up to the no hit. But yeah, the Elden Beast and Radahn duo goes down, and at this point I usually fight Rykard before Radahn and Elden Beast, but yeah, I forgot, so we're gonna go fight him now. And yeah, Rykard slash the Serpent, very weak to frost. Even if like you just keep frosting them over and over, their like threshold is just so low. Yeah, I do not have the poise for taking like one fire hit and like still being able to hit slash attack. Yeah, I definitely needed a bit more poise. Onto actual Rykard slash phase 2. And yeah, I'm just gonna show you how trash his hitbox is if you're not using his weapon. And yeah, pretty much just gotta you gotta stick to one of his sides and either hit his leg or the inside of his leg. Because, I don't know, for some reason that's where you can just get pretty reliable like hit detection there. But yeah, getting like one hit with the fire attack, or just pretty much every time I'm like stun locked inside of his ring, it makes it tough. Because anytime he like jumps or does an attack, it will do damage to me, even if it doesn't directly hit me most of the time. Yeah, after many frost procs and bleed procs, we're eventually gonna get Rykard down. And yeah, for some reason he just absolutely shoved me into this corner. I could not escape. But yeah, sometimes his AI just really glitches out when you fight him just right next to him. Him and the serpent. But yeah, I would really love to see Rykard in the DLC. Either that or Radahn before he got messed up by Melania. But yeah, that's Elden Ring Fist Weapons Only. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I mean, it was definitely not the most challenging run, but you know, with every run, there's always something that's tough about it, and like some way you gotta change up your strategy. Like in this, you know, you have to get very close, especially with Melania, if you only get like one of the punches, it doesn't stagger her out. You can just hit you, regain health. But yeah, expect to see um, another Elden Ring run and DS3. And I'm probably gonna go back and just play some other random games that I haven't played in a while. I've done the Tomb Raider trilogy, so you'll see that on the channel. Boy Soldiers, and I posted Saw for Halloween. So I don't know, it's kind of fun branching out. I'm definitely gonna stick mostly to Soulsborne and Star Wars stuff. Heavy emphasis on the Soulsborne. Sucks we're not getting to Battlefront 3, but that's just the state of Star Wars slash EA. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any ideas down in the comments. There's definitely so many ideas for challenge runs I could do, and eventually I'm gonna get a second PC and get Elden Ring on that, so I can actually. I mean, I probably could do it from here, but it's just a lot easier just having another PC, like one to record and one for games. I'll probably do that in the future. We'll do like, I don't know, Elden Ring. And you beat it while like poisoned, or maybe like every status effect slowly builds up. I don't know if there's like a mod for that, but sure, there's a ton of stuff. There's like the Eyes of Ender or Embers, whatever it is. Um, yeah, I mean, even like DS3, I think there's like some Cinders mod.
Lord of
It
frenzy
was fun
strike.
when the game's different, or even a randomizer. A randomizer would just be
I will seek you
so cool.
to cast
Imagine just getting like a super easy boss, like very late game where it just has a ton of health, or like super hard boss,
give
but
me what
just has
you
no
desire.
health. But yeah, that,
Excluded.
like I said, that was the challenge. Very fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely subscribe, like, comment, whatever you want to do to support me. Greatly appreciate it. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. So, yeah, thank you again. And Skilled Fawn out.